awaiting your command. I hope this has something to do with our mission.
Find your son.
I appear to be well built for travel. You should be commended for a job well done. It's a pleasure to serve with you, sir.
Just when you think you're safe, you're not. That's how they always get you. Hi, how are you?
So, you ready to get this show on the road?
Let's do it.
Done.
What do you need, General?
I have plans here to build a signal interceptor that can get me inside the Institute.
The Institute? Why in the world would you want to mess...
They kidnapped my son, Diego.
Damn.
That's some bad. We'll give you whatever help we can. Don't worry about that. Now, assuming you could build this thing, there can't be. If anyone can help, I've fought the gunners before, and something tells me this was just them probing their defenses. They're gonna need your help.
Hey,
Preston thought you might be able to figure out these plans for me.
sure thing. Let's see what you've got.
Do you think?
Wow, what a mess. Looks like,
Sure.
teleportation.
It's real. I got it.
Seriously? I didn't know you could be... Anyway, the eggheads never think about the nuts and bolts of actually making something work. I'm gonna need some time to study this thing. But, you can get started on...
Can you get...
Yeah, sure. Here's a list of what you'll need for the first piece. I'm pretty sure we've got all that. While you're working on that, I'll get busy Keep in mind, I can already see this is gonna take a crazy amount. Like if you had a spare nuclear reactor, and it's going to...
My systems are continuing
What
to
gave you
function
the
at
idea
peak
we're friends?
efficiency. Would
What's
you
our
like me
next
to
move?
go with you? You lead the way, and I'll follow, sir. Certainly. No problem.
Sturgis.
How's it going? Did you find a good spot to build your signal interceptor?
Yeah. Ready to build the rest of it.
Good. I think I got a handle on this crazy contrap. Here's a list of 3 things that may be harder to find. I'll meet you over at the building site and see if...
Thanks, Sturgis. I'll get right on this.
Good deal.
What's the word? Hey, I got something.
What is it? What's that? A noise. God! Mindless human! I hear something! No, you what? I got me now! Break you!
Find you, you bastard.
Die, Metal Man!
I don't see him. You?
The Commonwealth is ours!
Cut you down. Your time. Hold yourself pretty well, brother. Might surprise you.
We are the future!
Guess this is goodbye. Well, they
Sweet.
call that trying.
Rage! Rage!
Hell yeah.
Hey! You disappear! No fair! I can smell you out there, little sneak! Gone now. Pity.
got it.
As old as it looks?
What's that? I hear something. What? Scared already? Come out, wherever you are! You're here! Stop hiding! Oh, waste my time!
Hey,
Got my attention. Hey, mind if we talk now?
is everything all right?
Yeah, it ain't anything bad. Just you taking care of Bobby. I ain't proud of having to put you through that. That sort of dictatorial shit ain't usually my style.
You seem awfully torn up over Bobby. Was there something between you?
Nah, nothing like that. I just hate seeing guys like me use their sway to do that kind of harm. Hell, that sort of bull's the whole reason I became mayor in the first place. Some guy with scum. Used us drifters like his own personal piggy bank. He had this goon squad he'd use to keep people in line. Every so often he'd let them off the leash, go blow off some steam on the populace at large. Folks with homes could lock their doors, but us drifters, we got it bad. There was one night, some drifter said something to them. They cracked him open like a can of cram on the pavement. And we all just stood there, did nothing.
Was there no one who could have helped?
Who knows? Maybe. Honestly, we were all so terrified we couldn't bring ourselves to move until it was over, let alone get help. I felt like less than nothing. Afterwards, I got so high, I blacked out completely. When I finally came to, I was on the floor of the old state house, right in front of the clothes of John Hancock. John Hancock, first American hoodlum and defender of the people. I might have still been high, but those clothes spoke to me, told me what I needed to do. I smashed the case, put him on as Hancock. After that, I went clean for a bit, got organized, convinced Cleo to loan me some hardware. Got a crew of drifters together and headed out into the ruins. Started training. Next time Vic's boys went on their tear, we'd be ready.
Why not try and reason with Vic instead of creating a militia?
Hey, if I thought for a second that would work, I would have tried. Or at least, thought about trying. So, the night of, we all got loaded. Let Vic's boys get good and hammered, and burst from the windows and rooftops where we'd been hiding. They never even saw it coming. We didn't have to fire a shot. We didn't have to, but we sure fucking did. It was a massacre. Once we'd mopped up, we strolled right into Vic's quarters in the State House, wrapped a rope around his neck, and threw him off the balcony. And there I am, gun in hand, draped in Hancock's duds, looking at all the people of Goodneighbor assembled below. I had to say something. That first time I said them, they didn't even... Of the people, Ford was my inaugural address. Became Mayor Hancock of Goodneighbor that day. And from then on...
You fought so hard to become mayor. Why leave?
I ain't really the ponderous type. When an instinct takes hold, I listen. This time around, instinct said I should join up with... I just hope you get where I was coming from. I ain't out... Though I'm getting the distinct idea you got the...
Sure.
Well, you probably heard enough of me.
Hey.
Enough to go around. Betcha that's seen some fun in its day.
Who's there? Little baby scared? Where'd you go? Huh? Gonna find you. Gonna kill you. You have to come out sooner or later.
There has to be...
This message will repeat. This is an emergency message to all Commonwealth Army soldiers. Emergency protocols 17 Echo Charlie Niner are in effect. If you are in distress, please proceed to the South Boston Military Checkpoint Parade. Coordinates are available in your emergency handbook. This checkpoint has been designated as a safe house in case of enemy invasion, and is currently stocked with additional food, water, and ammunition. This safe house is for military personnel only. Citizens, including non-military family members, will be turned away for matters of national safety. This message will repeat. South Boston Military Checkpoint 3. Coordinates are available in your emergency handbook.
Next one better kill me.
This checkpoint has been designated as a safe house in case of enemy invasion, and is currently stocked with additional food, water, and ammunition. This safe house is for military...
Please, just... Wait. You're not with the...
I'm here to help.
It's the gun. They ran off. If you can help us...
Let's trade some things.
Okay.
The living spoils.
I've never lost anyone before. This failure is new to me. We have the entire Commonwealth to explore.
We've got everything in place. We'll have to hook it all up to the same power grid.
Power armor. You expecting a war?
We can keep traveling as much as you want. I don't require sleep or food in order to survive.
How are you?
Sturgis.
Everything looks good on my end. You ready to see if this thing actually works?
Let's do this.
You sure? Okay. Your part is simple. Just step onto the platform. I'll start scanning for an Institute signal to lock onto. Then, I fire her up and we see what happens.
The next person that asks me to shag is getting a well.
Whenever you're ready.
If you get my meaning.
Getting cold feet? I don't blame you. Okay, hold real still. I don't want any corruption of the molecular beam. Oh yeah, by the way, I figured this was a golden opportunity to find out as much as we can about the Institute and what they're up to. Yeah, this holotape's all set with a program that will scan their network and download anything it finds. Uh-oh. Yeah, we better hurry. And don't worry about that tubing wiggling around. It's, just there for decoration. Okay. Scanning for the Institute signal. Tracking RF. And... got it. Hold on to your butt.
I wondered if you might make it here. You're quite resourceful. I'm known as Father. The Institute is under my guidance.
Useless.
I know why you're here. I'd like to discuss things with you face to face. Please, step into the elevator. I can only imagine what you've heard, what you think of us. I'd like to show you that you may have the wrong impression. Welcome to the Institute. This is the reality of the Institute. This place, these people, the work we do. For over 100 years, we've dedicated ourselves to humanity's survival. Decades of research, countless experiments and trials, a shared vision of how science can help shape the future. It has never been easy, and our actions are often misinterpreted by those above ground. Someday, perhaps, we can show them what we've accomplished. But for now, we must remain underground. There's too much at stake here to risk it all. As you've seen, things above are unstable. I'd like to talk to you about what we can do for everyone. But that can wait. You are here for a specific, very personal reason. You are here for your son.
Sean?
Huh? Yes, I'm Sean.
Sean.
Who are you?
Sean. It's me. I'm...
Father, what's going on? What's happening?
Sean, are you...
What's going on?
Shh, shh, it'll be okay.
I don't know you. Go away. Father.
Please, Sean.
Father? Father? Father, help me.
Sean. S923, recall code Cirrus. Fascinating, but disappointing. The child's responses were not at all what I anticipated. He's a prototype, you understand. We're only just now beginning to explore the effects of extreme emotional stimuli. Please try and keep an open mind. I recognize that you are emotional, and that your journey here has been fraught with challenges. Let's start anew. I am Father. Welcome to the Institute.
Give me Sean. The real Sean. Right now!
I know. I know. You've got...
I'll make this...
He's here. But I need you to realize that this... You have traveled very far, and suffered a great deal. It's good to finally meet you. After all this time. It's me. I am Sean. I am... your son.
How is that even possible?
I know this is a lot to take in. In the vault, you had no concept of the passage of time. You were released from your pod and went searching for the sun. But then you learned that your son was no longer an infant. But is it really so hard to accept that it was not 10? And here I am.
But why?
Ah, now that's the question, isn't it?
Sure.
At that time, the year 2227, the Institute had scientific curiosity, and the goal of perfection drove them. So they followed the best example thus far. The human being.
So the weird science experiments needed specimens. That's why they took you.
In a manner of speaking. Yes. The Institute endeavored to create synthetic organics. The most logical. Plenty of that was available, of course. But it had all become corrupted. Even in their attempts to shield themselves from the world above, members of the Institute had been exposed. Another source was necessary. But then the Institute found me, after discovering records from Vault 111. An infant, frozen in time, protected from the radiation-induced mutations that had crept into every other human cell in the Commonwealth. I was exactly what they needed. And so it was my DNA that became the basis of the synthetic organics used to create every human-like synth you see today. I am their father. Through science, we are family. The synths, me, and you.
And you've been down here the whole time?
I have. Yes. I know you must have questions. Please. Anything I can do to help you understand.
Kellogg. He worked for you?
Kellogg. He was an Institute asset long before I arrived here. It wasn't until I became director that I learned of all the things he'd done. What kind of man he was.
You knew the man was a psychopath, but you used him anyway?
Would you have preferred that I turned him loose on the Commonwealth? At least keeping him on a short. The Institute took advantage of Institute technology prolonged his life, and he never failed the Institute. But I won't lie. It's no coincidence you're... What else can I say? Yes. I've gone over the records of the incident, of course.
Collateral damage?
I forget that it's been such a short time. I don't have any direct memories. And I've had... Has it always been easy? Of course not. For many years, I never questioned who my parents... With old age comes regret. But... what mattered? What else can I say?
So you're...
I am the acting director, yes. I spent decades working to reach this point. The Institute. It's important.
But...
I was the most qualified for the position. I've lived my life within these walls. Dedicated to... Ultimately, the Commonwealth has nothing to fear from us. Whatever. Just... give... I know there's more for us to discuss. The Institute is on the verge of some... I've been a part of something amazing here. And now, after all these years, you have an opportunity to help with that.
You want me?
Yes. That is what I propose. The Institute can provide a better life than any... You've been in the Commonwealth. You've seen...
How can you say that? How can you be so...
Because it is the simple truth. I simply ask that you give the Institute... We really do have humanity. Will you take...
All right.
Thank you. The Institute is now your home, as much as it is... You want to introduce yourself to the division heads. And finally, Dr. Lee in Advanced Systems. They've all been notified of your arrival.
Unnecessary power consumption to a minimum. Also, if you haven't patched your navigation software, do so after this meeting. It's this place might look shiny and new, but there's a lot of old technology.
If you encounter a hazardous chemical spill, please alert the Facilities Division immediately.